Joining me here now on the Rich Eisen Show is the new quarterback in Tampa, Florida. He is none other than Baker Mayfield back here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you doing, Baker?
I'm doing great. It's good to hear from you, Rich.
Good to hear. Good to be heard from. It's been too long. It has been too long. Last time we spoke, I don't believe you had a golden doodle Irish setter that I heard all about today.
No, we did not. So that anniversary is actually a year tomorrow when we drove up and adopted him. So he's pretty much running our lives, and not much else I could say besides that.
What's his name? What's the dog's name?
Fergus. You know what? He was named when we adopted him, so there's no rhyme or reason.
Okay.
I don't know if it was short for Ferguson or what it is, but he acts like a Fergus.
But you adopted, man. You adopted. You didn't shop. You rescued this dog, huh, Baker?
Yes. Yeah. You know what? Rescued him from a small house fire. No, I actually didn't do that. No, we drove up and just got him from a rescue place in Dallas. So
fantastic.
It's a great thing to do.
Fantastic. So wait for it. Here, I'm going to make this turn. I hope you don't mind. So not the only person on this phone who knows about being rescued from the dog pound is what you're saying. Baker, did you like that one? Is that a good one? Is that a good one?
Oh, Rich, you always got something.
Wow. Yo. I mean, you must be jacked about this opportunity, Baker. You must be totally jacked about this.
Yeah, I mean, it's organizationally, I mean, they've had success for a long time. Obviously, in recent years, they've had a great guy running the show. So it's I'm excited. You know, there's still a ton of the key pieces that won a Super Bowl here. And I respect Coach Bowles a lot. I'm excited for what this offense can become under Coach Canales and see where it's headed. Just to utilize these weapons and see where it can go. So
how did this all materialize? Was this something that happened only recently, or you were kind of two camps circling each other for a few weeks? What do you got for me on that front, Baker?
Yeah, I think all the reports came out that, you know, it was an interest, definitely from both sides. But it just had to become a reality and to be realistic for both sides. And and just definitely a place I wanted to go. It's a stable organization from top down. They're all about winning, and that's what I wanted. And ultimately, it became the best decision for us as a family moving forward.
And so are you in a competition, or what? How has this been described to you?
Yeah, it's a competition. So Kyle Trask and I will be competing for the job.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? The one thing that I've learned over the past few years is, you know what? Everybody's got a role. Everybody's got to be able to handle it and move forward towards the same goal of winning. And whatever that role is, I mean, we're going to compete. There's no doubt about that. But whatever role that we both end up having after this, it's going to be all geared towards winning.
Do you know Mike Evans? Have you crossed paths with him in any way, shape, or form? I'm just trying to.
I do. Yeah, I know my Texas guy pretty well.
Pretty much.
You know, we're not best friends, but we're about to become pretty close. So I'm looking forward to working with him and Godwin and Russell Gage and all our other weapons.
And the rest of the crew. I mean, honestly, when I heard this, Baker, I'll share it with you. I mean, I thought this is a perfect spot. It is a perfect spot. It's a spot that you should have wanted to go to, and I sensed that this was a possibility, and the weapons that are there, the system that is there, the opportunity that is there, is kind of rare for it to be available, right? Where you got weapons there, and you got a coach that's been there and done it, and an organization that's so close to having had a playoff season, and it's not a fire sale going on. Like, there's a lot of boxes that you could check here with this opportunity.
You know, normally, like you said, when it's an opportunity like this, it's because the bad things have happened. But no, it's just because the greatest quarterback of all time happened to retire. So, it's one of those opportunities that I think I would be kind of stupid not to take it. So I think you're exactly right that it's a great fit, and so I'm excited about it.
Is he somebody you reach out to? I know you shared at least a commercial moment with TB12 back in the day for the Super Bowl.
I did get to hold a lot of those rings.
That's right.
I think he's had 2 since then.
It's possible. It's possible. You probably passed one of them in the case there in Tampa.
It's been a bunch, yeah. No, I mean, we have some mutual friends, but no, I have not talked to him, so we'll see.
Okay. And when you mentioned, the opportunity, you and your wife, your dog going there, I mean, Where do you look at your station in the NFL right now, Baker, and the opportunity you have in front of you, and what you'd want to make out of this for you and your family that you've mentioned a couple of times?
Yeah,
now?
I mean, it's obviously a one-year deal, but to me, this is the start of the next chapter. This is a great opportunity for me to showcase what I'm capable of from a quarterback standpoint, and just a leader as well. You know, if I'm able to play well enough here to where I get extended here, that's awesome. That means it went truly well. And if not, and I'm not extended here, then you know what, I'll roll with the punches and see what the next chapter is. And that's just kind of how I've learned to operate throughout my whole life, and we'll make the most of it no matter where we're at.
I mean, you want to talk about rolling with punches? You and I have not spoken since the Rams Thursday night. I mean, is it true you only knew like one or two plays going into that game against the Raiders? Baker.
No, I definitely studied like I was studying for the SAT.
I bet.
So I knew a little bit more, but I had only had about 10 reps total before that during the practice.
But it's definitely the first time you had McVay in your ear, and I've been told it's just like it's just a chatterbox. It's just nonstop with him in your ear, right? Isn't that?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean that's true, but also at the same time we had nothing to lose. It was a fun opportunity and one of those memories I'll cherish forever.
I bet so. I mean, do you have? I mean, what is your recollection of that night? You got a good story from that night that I have not heard potentially, or what do you got for me, Baker?
Let me see here. You know what? During the 2-minute drive, we hadn't covered like the clocking the ball mechanics, and everybody's got a specific cadence that they use during those situations. And after we completed it, I completed a kind of a shallow to Ben Skoranek. He got tackled inbounds, got the first down, and we needed to clock the ball. And Brian Allen, our center, came up to me and was screaming in my face the cadence for the clocking the ball. So that was one of those things that, like, even in the midst of the 2-minute drive, I'm still learning the offense.
So he was basically, as you're running to go clock the ball, giving you the mechanics of how everyone needs to follow what he's screaming you in your face, and you're realizing in the real-time moment he's giving you vital information. Is that
exactly? That's one of those things that if you don't have it, then you get a 10-second runoff, and the game could be over at that point. So.
Oh my God, that was unbelievable. That's truly one of the most amazing circumstances I've ever seen unfold, and obviously of someone of your stature, and for a nationally televised audience to have a front row seat.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. It's unbelievable, and thankful for my short stint there, and all those guys that you got to enjoy it with.
Do you ever sit around, Baker, and think about your journey from hearing your name first called on that night in Dallas, Texas, to the present day? Do you ever sit around and wonder about why things happen or what can happen from here? Do you ever sit around and take that sort of stock, Baker, or no?
I think I used to, but now everything happens for a reason. Trusting in God's plan that I'm going to be where I'm supposed to be, and I'm going to make the most of it. And I have to trust that. And I think the last year has definitely taught me that, to really go with that flow and try and help as many people out along the way as I can. And so, if I was to think about what could have been, I'd be harping on the wrong things instead of realizing what I have now and trying to make the most of it.
Attaboy. Well, look, man, it was great to run into you at the Super Bowl and to have you here in your new spot. Again, I think you landed in a great spot, man. Truly.
I appreciate that.
You got it. And does that mean that you're not going to be a stranger here? Like, do I get you calling in regular? I mean, not like McAfee, like I need you every Tuesday. But, like, what do you think? Can I get you some form of...
We won't have a weekly appointment, but I'll talk to you.
Like what Lorona said, like acknowledge me when we run into each other, or just like come back on. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
I'm not convinced.
5 monthly.
No, I don't feel like I'm getting a commitment, guys.
I like you, Rich.
That's all I was looking for, Baker. Damn it. But I appreciate the aforementioned. All right, say hi to Fergus. Give him a that wasn't the dog on the podcast, right? The belly up dog on the podcast from last summer. That was someone else's dog.
No, that was somebody else's. Yeah.
Okay, because you got to give those dogs a
dog,
belly.
man.
I mean, you're a dog person. You got to give that belly a scratch, man. I'm talking about the dog, Fergus.
That dog?
Okay, very good. Thanks for the call, Baker Mayfield. You're the man. You be well. That is the new quarterback in Tampa, Florida. That's Baker Mayfield here on the Rich Eisen Show. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.